All right, we're back here. Locked on Packers, Locked on Lions, a crossover Thursday. Matt Derry, I mentioned the Lions 3.5 point. Can you think of a time 3.5 point favorites in Lambeau, and both teams were good? I
know.
can't. I don't know that that's happened in our lives.
No, I can't either. And again, I know it's been the last 2 years, and certainly that was that Week 18 stunner and ending Aaron Rodgers' career. But Lions went into that game an underdog as well.
I think every year I have found a reason since it happened. So 2021, not that long ago, but still, probably every month or two, I will bring up what Dan Campbell did in that week. Was it week 18? Were there 18 weeks in 2021?
Yes.
Where he's throwing fake field goals and reverse passes, and they did everything in a game that did not matter to them, but was a cultural marker for them to say, this is what we're going to do. I've said on this show, I've said on radio interviews, I've written at The Leap, a newsletter I would love for everyone to subscribe to, that especially if it's Malik Willis, that's the game I want to see Matt LaFleur call. That is the game where you say, we're going to empty the chamber, everything in our back pocket, we're going to be digging out old Nike bags, trying to find plays. Let's see what we can do, because I love that opportunity. This is going to be a banged up Packers team no matter what, even if everyone plays. I think they're going to be hard pressed to win this game. I want to see the creativity from Matt LaFleur on full display. And it is such a credit. I have to take the biggest L on Dan Campbell, because I was wrong. Like, I was flat out wrong about Dan Campbell. And now I want the Packers to imitate that plan, even though they're a 6-2 team. They're a good team, but they're just really banged up right now.
I agree with you. I do think these are the best two teams in the NFC, and you want to see both teams at full strength. I'm excited for the Thursday game in December when the Lions and when the Packers come to Ford Field. I mean, there's a lot of storylines here, and you look at the NFC and how wide open it is after what happened with the Commanders last week and everything else. Yeah, these are probably the two best teams in the NFC. Very well coached, very well drilled. Both defenses are better. I think what'll be a key for the Lions, I mentioned before, Sam Laporta, middle of the field. Not having Jamison Williams out there didn't matter last week against the AAA Titans. I think they are. Let's be honest. That poor guy, Callahan, has no. Where are we going with?
He's got no clue.
He's not ready to be a head coach. But this week, without Jamison Williams, I think the Packers maybe, like you said, load the box a little bit, because they know that threat of number 9 running down the field is not there. But I do think that Laporta sneaking by and maybe Ben Johnson gets him in a one-on-one with a linebacker or two, could be the difference in this game. He has not had a breakout Sam Laporta 100-yard game yet. Yeah. He's had some good games, but he was kind of held in check the first few weeks, similar to how Kelsey was in Kansas City. This could be that game you find Laporta. And another one, too, is first outdoor game for the Lions this year. And the only one they're going to have until December, when they have to go to Chicago and San Francisco back-to-back. How will Jake Bates handle it? The young rookie kicker from the UFL has been really good. You know, Dan Campbell likes to go for it anyway, but if he sends Bates out there, he's been great. And it's tough to kick in Minnesota, and he did. But again, first outdoor game, you wonder how that will go, and if there's a miss or two in there, if that could prove to be a costly for the Lions. How about on your side?
Yeah, well, two things on that. The Packers are 26th in DVOA defending tight ends this year. They've had some problems with it. Part of that is because they've been playing a lot of cover 2 lately behind blitz looks, so they'll send those pressures and then they'll drop into cover 2. Well, the part of you want to attack in cover 2 is that seam. So you get tight ends down the middle. Trevor Lawrence had a couple gorgeous plays throwing to the tight end in those kinds of situations. The other part of this, Matt, is it's going to be in the 50s. It's going to be rainy as of the forecast right now, which can affect the kicking game. What was the first thing Dan Campbell said when asked about going to play at Lambeau? Have the right shoes. This is perpetually a problem for opponents. Viking fans they're still crying about 2022 when they were frauds and they went into Lambeau and got their doors blown off because they kept slipping. And they're like, well, we were slipping. Like, Okay, right. Cool. Have the right cleats. But this is, I think, part of the Packers' path to victory is Jahmyr Gibbs puts the ball on the ground. You get Jared Goff and his tiny hands. Ball slips out of his hands in his his throwing motion, something like that. Like, create a little bit of variance in here. Create a little bit of fun. These are both two teams that are good at creating takeaways. I think the Packers have to create some takeaways for this team because they're just too potent offensively to think you're going to get them to punt 8 times. You're just probably not going to do that. So
No,
you've got to create some takeaways. For me, that's the key. And third downs, the third down stats, some of these stats, Matt, are crazy. The Packers passer rating on third downs, opponent passer rating, is 20 points better than the next best defense right now in the NFL. They're third in completion percentage. They would have the best third down defense in Green Bay by conversion rate since 2006. So that's another key here, to not extend drives, the turnovers and the third downs. That's something the Packers are really, really good at this year defensively. If they can exert their will there, they can win. You go first. You go first with a prediction.
I really, to be quite honest, normally I'm ready to rock on this one. I agree with you on high scoring. I think the Lions, obviously the offense has been great. Without Aiden Hutchinson, we haven't really touched on it much. It's Josh Pascal and who knows whom. I think Brad Holmes will make a move before Tuesday to bring an edge rusher in here, whether it's,
do you have a name?
Maybe it's Zadarius Smith, who hates the Packers and hates the Vikings. So, hey, he's going to get to play them twice a year.
Yeah.
That's possible.
I don't know about the culture fit there with Dan Campbell, personally.
I don't either. Arden Key could be a guy. What if the Saints and Cam Jordan agree? Yeah, I know I said I was going to retire in New Orleans, but y'all suck. And I'm going to go up with my friends, Dan and Alex and Aaron.
Yeah.
And Glenn, Alex Anzalone, all the guys in New Orleans he knows. That would be a great fit. Calais Campbell could be a minor move.
Chase Young even in New Orleans too.
Yeah. So, although I don't know if Chase Young, after his jogging routine against Jahmyr Gibbs last year in the NFC Championship game, fits the Brad Holmes model, but there's going to be somebody that's coming. It's just a matter of the fit. Brad Holmes is very particular on what he wants to do, but that could be an issue. Is too much time for the quarterbacks. And watch Taylor Decker too. Lions left tackle has not played well the last few weeks, and these are good edge rushers that you guys have, and keep an eye on that one too. You mentioned maybe Golf puts it on the turf. I think it would be if Decker first play of the game last week, Decker let Arden Key go right around him. And it was like, wait, what's going on here? So hopefully Taylor plays better. But I'll take the Lions, and I'll say a 34-27 final.
All right. I like that. I think Jordan Love is going to play. It's hard to know for sure about the other guys. I think Jai Alexander is going to play as well. I think the Packers can ham and egg it here together. I think 30-27. Packers cover 3.5, but lose the game. I certainly could see the Packers scoring enough points in this game to win. I would love to see a one-off game plan from Matt LaFleur is what I'll say all week. Have a couple special things ready for this team, but that's just not really been the Packers' MO under Matt LaFleur. So we'll see if that's how it goes. Otherwise, Sunday, the late afternoon window, Tom Brady apparently is what we're supposed to be excited about.
All right. Is he going to do any prep work?
Can he legally do any prep work? I don't even know what the NFL is going to allow him to do. Can't be at practice, can't be in the production meeting. So we'll see.